There you go. Fuck, shit, damn. I knew I was fucking. Alright. Good thing I should have noticed that shit early. How the fuck do you do this shit? I think it's this one here. That? Good? Better? No, that's not. Still echoing ish. Hello, 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 hello. Is it that? Am I still? Can I still hear myself? Can anybody hear me out there? Let's see. I'm gonna test it out. Cause I am not good with this shit, guys. So give me some time, real quick. I want to see. Find myself. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Yeah. All right, all right. So you guys can hear me. Back to what the fuck I was talking about. All right. So since I can't see the S&P 500 to know what's going on because it's closed, you go to crypto. You go to, in particular, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. My favorite is to check Ethereum, then you check Bitcoin and XRP. They tell you what's happening over the weekend. They tell you what's happening if they rally, especially from Saturday night onto Sunday morning. That's when they let you know that whatever deal is going on, whether it be tariffs, whether it be whatever, it lets you know that that deal is coming through. And normally they tweet it around noon how the deal went through. They mention it either before futures opens Sunday at 3 p.m. in Arizona time, or they'll mention it sometime at in the evening. Um, this since ever since they said that they have till 2 or 3 days to make the decision or whatnot. I knew that he said that on a Wednesday, so I knew it was gonna be pushed to Friday, and then Friday we wouldn't have a response, and it was gonna be pushed to on the weekend to see like, oh no, like cause it's smart for you to push your shit to the weekend. That way, all the fucking people are lost because they're really gambling on making trades over the weekend, especially with this guy. This guy flip flop so much that right now he could be he does it. He's been doing it for the last 4 months. He's been saying like, "Yep, an agreement's coming through. Everything's smooth. Everything." He's been saying this shit for so long and shit. So, just him saying it is he knows whatever he says moves the market, whether it be crypto or whether it be the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, or so whatnot. So, him saying positive shit is making crypto, making the market being manipulated to a certain price to get traders in and whatnot. So right here, um, I raised all the shit that I have for Ethereum, but I'm gonna show you how Ethereum over the weekend right now is telling me, especially Bitcoin, are telling me what's up with the war, or whatever. Another thing that is telling me that there's a nice crash on the way, or it's gonna be a fake out hopefully with this next week, because look, we're at the end almost of a 6 monthly candle, right? We got this week and then next month. So this week we got a lot of important fucking data, and I'm gonna show you with ChatGPT because ChatGPT fucking organized it pretty much. Where the fuck did I leave that shit? All right, let me go. All right, go. Yes. But to understand the surface, the market is extremely fragile. Why? Because every bullish assumption currently depends on Iran negotiations not collapsing. And think about it, okay? You got a fucking guy at a high position talking down on the people you want to make like you want to you're talking shit to your customers, or let's say there's some customers, or you're going to some customers and you want to fucking sell something to them, or you want to make a negotiation. You're not gonna fucking down. You're not gonna talk shit to them. You're not gonna say, "Hey, you better fucking buy this shit right now. If not, I'm gonna raise the prices, or if not, I'm gonna come." You don't fucking do that. But he's been doing the opposite. So, and also think about it too. Before, president used to talk before behind the closed doors, behind a phone, and do businesses and whatnot. Now, and so think about all maybe the comments, the tones that they were throwing back and forth that only they heard, and they were to say something without one of them fucking saying, "Oh yeah, he told me this," or "He said that," or "You sure heard how he said this." I'm pretty sure they do that with their fucking people once they're done with the calls. But now you're tweeting it. You're tweeting it to the whole world saying like, "Yo, if he doesn't make a deal with me, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of him." And then now you as a fucking if you as a fucking person get mad when somebody does shout outs about you in the internet, when somebody roast you on fucking social media, whether it be a family member, co-worker, friend, whatever. Now imagine you're the fucking president of one of the oldest fucking countries and shit, and they're talking shit about you. And yet that's it's not like in person you say it and it's just there and whoever heard it and that's it. But in social media, it stays there for fucking ever. In here, it stays for fucking ever, and people are gonna read it, be able to read it here through the rest of their fucking life. And then you gotta fucking say, okay, all right, I'll agree to your bullshit. There you go, good. Yo, but he was talking shit about you. He was saying he was gonna. Yeah, it's okay, man. So they're not gonna do that. It's gonna their egos are gonna be like, nope. Until we get what we want, also, we're gonna sign that shit. It's not gonna be just because you tweeted saying like, "Oh, negotiations are going good." That means fucking they're gonna sign the fucking paper right now. No, we're so that's why. So let me show you how Ethereum is showing you that right now. There's some other shit going on too. So again, we got the whole Iran right now. You take out oil, you deal with the war. If you deal with the war, oil prices will go down. If oil prices go down, bonds will go down. If bond goes down and oil goes up, fucking market goes up. And then now we focus on fucking data and we focus on that fuck face worcester fucking guy and shit. Cause until this fucking war, if this war is not over, we're gonna hear the same shit from the Fed. They're gonna be saying like, "Yo, we don't." Based on the data that we're getting in this war, we can't really say unless he's gonna say something else. Cause he's gonna wash, he's gonna fucking have the next FOMC, whatever bullshit is gonna be some mid June. So this war has to be done by mid June. Otherwise, if it keeps up and he puts worst fuckface, the guy that he picked on a tight fucking spot where like I gotta look good for the president to make a smart decision to make him fucking happy. But at the same time, the president's making stupid decisions where it's causing everything to chaos or whatnot. So what should I do? Sort of shit. So if I were the president, I would try to avoid that and fucking get done with this fucking war and shit. But since I'm a ignorant big ego president, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want a good deal, and I'm not gonna do that because I already said by the end of this, I'm gonna make sure they don't have this, they don't have that, because I've been saying over and over and over what they're not gonna want because it's I'm the king and I make the rules, and if they don't like it, they can suck a dick, sort of shit or whatnot. So that's why I don't believe this shit's gonna be over fucking this weekend. So let's go to the candles. Here we have Ethereum already telling you bad soon. It's like, hey yo, the well, I'm about to break a 6 monthly. So either this week we end up getting we end up fucking, let's say, I think we're gonna have bad news. So we're gonna have a pullback, close the week there, and then next week, the final week of this month, we're gonna have some bad data enough for rate cuts to now be closer, and maybe the war really be over next week. If not, that data still gonna help us close above that 6 monthly trend line. And then from there, it's gonna be to this last month. If this last month he doesn't get done with this war, that 6 month of shipment containers not going around like they normally should. There's gonna be a big rise. You're already seeing the rises on everything right now. You're gonna see rises on everything right now. That 6 months of shipment not moving to the fucking Hormuz, even though I don't know what shit moves through there, I know it affects everything because it's like just like in a restaurant, you have a schedule of shit coming through every time. If that schedule stops for fucking one day, chaos erupts in the fucking business. So now think of all these small businesses that get all this whatever the fucking they get, you gotta start running out of stuff because of the fucking war. And he's gonna put the blame on something else and not on himself, saying that because of the war and the nuclear, and I had to do it, even though before me the shit was okay. I had to do it, and I'm gonna flip it around to even I'm gonna be the hero once we end this, and distract you from the ballroom and from the Epstein and this is now the files and all this shit and whatnot. So then I'm gonna mark also where the 6 monthly, as right now it's a resistance. So it was a support before, and these are the three candle boxes that I look for that tell me, hey yo, it's a potential down move happening. The way you play this three candle box, when we're going down, the same as we're going up, but since we're going down, the first one gives you the support, the second one gives you the resistance. You box it up. Since it's a 6 month, you would fucking let the first three, four do whatever their shit. And then once you get to the last two or three, that's when you start paying attention. If we're flying up here, if we're still, this is a downtrend that we normally, the normal, this normally plays out where this ejects, because this is where institutions psych people out in between inside of this box. And then finally it explodes and it goes to the actual real area. That's why right now the fact that we have a month and a week left, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, yo, either we're gonna fucking get sort of saved next week or we're gonna close bad. But regardless, this last month, this war has to be over so we can just focus on data and earnings. And so because this is, anyways, too much of that. So since it's a 6 monthly, it's gonna be a dotted orange. Same with the upside. And this is a three candle box right here because it looks like a box and it's three candles. What else? What else? Also, the next support area is right here, which I already passed through it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do into sections. Move to the back, and this is gonna be your next area. Because breaking through these 6 monthly areas, you need hard news. You need something strong. It's like an apartment. Like you're fucking the the person at the bottom, their ceiling is the person at the top support. But it's still the same, what do you call it? It's just a divider pretty much from your apartment to their apartment. So in a way, it's like this right here. This is your bottom apartment, which is gonna be a different color. This is your apartment. My bad, let me say. This is your apartment. and then this is the next person above you. And the higher we go on the time frames, the stronger they turn. Whether it be a support or resistance, the same line could be a support resistance. So this right here, this every single one of them could be a support or resistance. So that's why people also people get confused. It's like if you mean tell me like this line right here, this is support or resistance. It all depends where the market is coming from. So since we're going down now, all these are gonna be acting like support. But once they go up and test them again, they're gonna be acting like resistance. So, anyways, we got that. Then the next one on down, and then pretty much also that's what your stops are going to be as the market goes down. So your first stop is gonna be in between here, and the next one is gonna be in between here. So now I'll section that off, and they'll be red. No, it's already red. So let's go with yellow. All right. So after that, we got that. Let's go down to actually it's actually a 12 monthly. Oh, so it's actually also a 12 monthly. See how there was another the other three candle box that I saw originally. I was like either okay, we're about to fly, or this is the peak and we're gonna and see what I'm seeing right now right here too. All right, I'm back. So there's gonna be actually yellow, yellow. Yellow is because that tells me it's a 12 monthly, whatever the fuck it is. Will it be support resistance? But it's a 12 monthly. This one's a 12 monthly. Yeah, so we need to get back above this because first of all, this is a 12 monthly. There's a 12 monthly that we just broke or that we're testing out right now because you also gotta remember we're at the end of this week. So if this war doesn't end, we're gonna close below there, and then it's gonna be up to next month to close above that. And as long as we close pretty much, I want to say in between here, in between. Let me make this bigger for you guys. So as long as we close this week above 2,279 and 2,462, we're still gonna be bullish. Doesn't mean right now because we closed below there that we're not, but it's just more uh you want that. You want to close above that. This is like now risking it. Now the odds of it going back up, just lower down or whatnot. Then nothing here. 3 monthly, we have a 3 monthly right here, which is gonna be acting like a resistance, and it's gonna be purple. And we closed a 3 monthly this last month. And look where it's holding. On top of that, like I said, we're in a 6 monthly uptrend. And technically, even though this is the trend, it's right here. I can make another one, but just get people confused or whatever. Right there. That'll be purple. And so we got that. So it'll be all right. So what I'll do now is break it up because this 3 monthly is a strong, it's an important area to hold. So then what I'll do is break that up into another section and then different color. Let's go with red. So, and then let's go to the week because there's nothing between here. Weekly. Weekly wise, we got, and it's a solid blue line. And we got another one over here. We have another one over here. All right, so we got that. This is a 3 monthly up trend. It's gonna be purple. And I don't like this, so let's go to red. And then this is gonna be, or this is 6 monthly up trend. Also, we can now put the Fibonacci's on the, once we get to 3 monthly, so the 50 Fibonacci on the 3 monthly is right here. Very important to know. 3 monthly 50 50, and it'll be purple. Then the next one will be the monthly. Monthly is all the way over there. It's not really important. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly, we're right on it too. That's what I'm saying. This is what's, that's why I was seeing this shit. I was like, yo, first of all, this deal's not happening today, so we're not gonna go flying from here. So we're still in the weekly. So let me bring this shit, all this shit, fast forward to the current where we are right now. So instead of marking all these weeklies and all this shit, whatnot, I'm not focusing on that because my focus is just this. I just want to mark you, tell you guys, show you guys how I ended up doing this shit, or what it means or whatnot, and then I'm gonna get to it. We have a trend right here, so when it drops, this is gonna be a next section right here. This is gonna be a solid line. It's a weekly, so it's gonna be a light blue. So once we go down, create support here, here, touch it again, touch it once, and once we lose this 3 monthly trend that we were on, and also this 3 monthly support, and even bigger, a 6 monthly. Once it goes down to the 6 monthly, which is 1,927, that's when it's gonna tell you, hey, this fucking deal didn't come through, and either we're gonna start fake dropping it, and we're gonna, depends on if it escalates, if we strike them, that we're gonna end up next week, we're gonna, or by the end of tonight or Monday, Tuesday morning, we could be touching this trend line. And again, that could be your bottom, and we're gonna fucking from here bounce as we wait for the data, and he tweets something bullish to make the market of the S&P go up again. But it's gonna be it's gonna, Ethereum's right now it's in a get ready, you guys, because we're about to fucking fall and shit. Like it, especially with the war. If you just look at the war, what's happening, if you just pay attention to that and the price of everything and oil and how everything is escalating, you can start seeing like how, hey, you might want to just Just wait for now for this, because until this war is not over, crypto, Bitcoin is not gonna fucking fly, and the markets, and we still got data and all that. So until we actually start getting fucking some important big fucking data that the S&P 500 is gonna fucking fly like crazy, then yeah. But besides that, right now, how everything is, the market is just gonna be fucking wobbly. Why S&P is doing this and sort of rising and up just like it was at the end of 2025, where it kept on fucking doing all-time highs and then coming back down and shooting back up again, going back down. But Ethereum and Bitcoin are telling you. Otherwise, Bitcoin and Ethereum will be fucking starting shooting and shit, going up and shit. But they're not. They're telling you we could be dropping. They're telling you, hey, we're fucking. Anyways, so let me bring the 3 monthly over here. And once we go back to the 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci, that's my bullishness right there. That's my okay, now we're recuperating. We're gonna close above this 6 monthly and 3 month and so and so whatnot, and we still got this month. But until we get there, we're good. But besides that, if we just keep rejecting, even getting to right here, even getting to 2,279 to 2,462, that's when you'll be more bullish. But staying between right here, 2,079 and 2,100, that's when you're like, we're not going out. We're possibly can continue going on down. And right here, oh, that was actually a 6 monthly. Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a 6 monthly. So before my other graph, I had it as a 3 monthly. So even that was even more of a red flag. That's a red flag. So you had Ethereum holding. Let me put my indicator too. It tells you where the cushion is at. Tells you where the entries were at. So right here, I was seeing Ethereum. I was seeing how we ended up with the whole news. The whole news was, hey, nothing happened on Friday. Like I said, it would happen by us. I mean, fucking the president. So now it's gonna be pushed towards the weekend. And normally, uh, it's funny how they were doing the whole positive shit about how the war is over way early in the morning. Um, and either he's doing that to maintain crypto prices at a certain price, or just to say it, because he has to make the public fucking the citizens feel like he's still on it, he's not slacking about it, or some shit. Um, but he's gonna do that. So now is the actual time where he needs to say something. He knows he needs to say something before futures opens, or sometime in the evening. After that, that's when you guys start getting all these news. Everybody's gonna be on your ass saying like, "Yo, what happened? I thought you said the war is gonna be over. You were just putting that negotiations we're going through right now, like you've been saying so many fucking other times." But this time, you know, it's a what's that shit called? Cry wolf, or boy cry wolf, whatever shit. Where he lies so many fucking times, where like they don't even believe him when he's telling the truth, whatnot. And when he's telling so that's why he's good at this shit, because he uses that as his market strategy. The way he says things, how many times he repeats it. What is he saying about the war? Is he saying bad things, good things? Oh, okay, fucking the market goes up because he's the president and so and so whatnot. So um this is days, right? Yeah. So we ended up flying up and staying here. But another thing that what is a 50 Fibonacci? There you go. Another red flag was that we were holding above a weekly 50 Fibonacci was from here to here. You see, this is 50 pretty much right here. That's another red flag. All right, so let's go. This is a weekly, so it's gonna be a blue, light blue. Daily, we have a daily right here. It's a daily 50 Fibonacci, so it's an orange. This one gets moved back. 30th, Wednesday. All right, and then 12-hour candle. 50. $8 candle, 50 right there. 4 candle, 50 is down here. Doesn't really matter because it's pretty much this. So it's a weekly 50, and they're all beneath. Yeah. Let me take the indicator off. And let me take this shit off. Yeah, here you go. So this is what we were holding the whole time. All right, so it wasn't a 6 monthly. No, the 12 monthly is up here. This is a 3 monthly, and this is a 6 monthly. Yeah, this is 6 monthly. All right. So I noticed that we were holding since the 17th here, and we were also on a weekly 50 Fibonacci. That's literally right there. So um we had that going on. There you go. So there's a 50 a 50 weekly Fibonacci. This is a daily a 50 week daily 50 Fibonacci, and there's a 12-hour candle 50 Fibonacci. So since I was seeing this happen, and it was telling me that it was waiting for the decision of the war. If the war would have been done by Friday, or a deal, an agreement, you would have seen Ethereum shoot up and close above over here and start going back up. But since we didn't get no agreement, I'm gonna change the color in the background for this because I know it's gonna be confusing and tripping out some people watching this. And also, this is too far away. All right, so since we didn't get no deal on Friday, the market ended up dropping down. Over here, I'm gonna now, after I show you all this shit now and how it works, I'm gonna go back to where I have all my drawings and everything because it's much simple for me to explain it instead of like. So go back. And this again me showing you how I ended up and what all these lines mean and whatnot, and boxes, and why I section break down the market into sections. And I use the help with of the pretty much the 12 monthly. I start off with the 12 monthly and go on down marking it, and anyways. All right, there you go. So we have a 4 candle 50 Fibonacci right here. The 8 is all the way over there. 12 all the way over there. Daily is over here. I think I already marked it though. Yeah. Alright, they're already marked. So another thing that I noticed is that we have a, what is it? We have a 12-hour candle. Oh, daily then. Yeah, daily. A daily 3 candle box. And it makes sense because look where the 3 candle box is at. So there's a 3 candle box. First candle gives you support, second one gives you the resistance, and the other one. And seeing how strong it is right now, I feel like as we get closer to, because this is what gonna happen. He's gonna start making a tweet, and they have to do the tweet about if it did come through, didn't come through by 3 p.m. If not after 3 p.m., it's gonna look bad for him because the S&P is gonna open in the same area most likely. Sick. Hawk. Anyways, the S&P most likely gonna close in the same area unless he tweets something bad. So we're gonna see, especially once it since crypto last forward candle is from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Arizona time. We're gonna have you're gonna and futures opens at 3. You're gonna see a lot of more movement on crypto once we get to 2:30, 3 o'clock or whatnot. But if he doesn't make any decision, he's gonna stay in this upper region or whatnot, close bullish, but it closed till 5 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna tweet something by before 5 o'clock. Um, and if this 3 candle box closes and breaks, also because it's holding right above this 3 monthly and this 50 Fibonacci. So if we end up closing bad, a bunch of traders are gonna take this in for a sell-off, and they right away they're gonna go for a sell because the war's not over, it's gonna escalate, or whatever the fuck they think. They're gonna go for a sell, but right away because we have data next week, and he's gonna tweet something positive or some other shit, or you know what, I'm gonna give him another 3 days, or I'm gonna give him 5 days, or whatever. The markets are gonna switch up and then go back up here by Monday or Monday morning or Monday evening. You're gonna see it back up here. If we do have some crazy bad news, you are gonna see Ethereum go all the way down by 5 p.m. or 6 and still hold and start breaking on down. Especially by 9 or 6, we're up back here. That's only because there's been some sort of conflict or escalate some sort of strike, whatever, whatnot. But again, if we do start breaking down and because of the S&P or the war, whatever, this is gonna be a key indicator once it goes back up again. Because again, this is your 50% of this fucking weekly move that we've been stuck on right here from right here. So this is why it's gonna be it's a nice guide for me to understand what's happening with the market over the weekend. Especially when it came down to the 50, I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be easy to read. And you can see right here, the deal didn't go through. And also, I was saying, hey, look, pay attention to how Ethereum and Bitcoin let you know what's going on. Even XRP, look how they look alike and they move alike at the same time. That's Ethereum and this is XRP. I said they're gonna do the same thing. If the war is gonna come to an agreement, you're gonna see it go back up to this area right here and close above it. If not, we're gonna keep on going down below. That's it. This is what it's fucking telling you right here. Deal comes through, and we end up closing fucking the week up high, still bullish. Yay, hooray! The market's still up, Bitcoin up, and Ethereum up, as so and so, and all this. And if the deal that they go through, we might just end up pulling back and then closing in here for the day. And that's telling you Ethereum closing right there in the middle. It just shows you the emotions of the market. It doesn't know 6-7. It doesn't know where to go. So that's why. Otherwise, if this deal wasn't about to be over, really, you would have seen fucking Ethereum fucking skyrocket already. As much as the president's hyping it up, but the market's telling you, they're showing you like, nah, motherfucker, like we don't believe you. So if this deal doesn't come through, it's already telling you. And the EMI indicators tell me, hey, this is your entry for a sell off, and this is your stop loss. If the president doesn't make the agreement, you're gonna see this play off. If not, I'm pretty sure in a smaller. Let me see. See, right here it tells you, hey, this was your core, and these are your targets. I already hit one of them, and as it goes down, and if it's some real bad news, we're gonna come down to this block right here. But there's gonna be a big stop because it's a weekly and a monthly area. So breaking that, we're gonna need some crazy fucking oh shit. We're going to Armageddon. We're going into some war shit. What else I want to show you guys? Talk about. And then see now it's telling you, not that it's now it's telling you, but in different time frames it tells you where your entries are at for these areas and what it sees. But that's what I'm telling you. This is a core area right here. This is your center. This is your buying zone or this is your selling zone. That's why as he starts tweeting some fucking bullish news and you start seeing breaking this 3 monthly, what is now resistance, shoot above, especially if it closes at 1 p.m. here. That's showing you that this deal is coming through, but he has to tweet something, or somebody important does, or he does. And then at 3 p.m. it has to be up here. So at 5 it closes, and it closes somewhere fucking bullish up here. If not, we're gonna fucking start going on down to this weekly by 1, or still hold here, especially if he doesn't tweet nothing. But we gotta we this is the yeah, this is your center until you tweet something, and we start either breaking down here or breaking up here. It's showing you where we're gonna close that forward candle that's active right now from 9 to 1. So this is your sweet spot, your 10:45 to 11:30. So if we don't start making no movements toward like 12 or nothing like that here, it's because he hasn't tweeted nothing. So let's check it real quick. Iran wars, the U.S. agreement will be completely canceled due to the ongoing U.S. obstruction of clauses, including the release of Iran's 1 billion frozen assets, with the U.S. now trying to link them to nuclear concession, which Iran rejects per. Yep. I'm telling you, this motherfucker lies. If you fucking believe this motherfucker, you're fucking stupid. Mm. That's why he's not fucking tweeting about it. All he keeps tweeting is it's on progress, looking good, blah blah blah. But that's about it. That's why there's no tweets about him. Otherwise, it would be fucking. There'd be so much fucking tweets about him, fucking tweeting how he fucking did it. He's the king of Superman. He'll probably have memes or what do you call it? Pictures, whatever you want to call it, AI pictures of him as Captain America or some stupid shit like that. I did it again, folks. All right, this is Brian Secret. Signing the fuck out. I pretty much told you what what to expect and whatnot, and how Ethereum's telling me, ah, pinche madre, mira, pinche puto. How Ethereum and crypto let me know what's going on with the deal over the weekend. Um, mm, mm, mm. Anyways, sorry, I don't want to get fucking people to. So I'll be back on here most likely by 1 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. All right, but yeah, I'll be here around 1 or 2 o'clock. to do an update. Alright, guys. This is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out.